And we welcome you to Gulfstream Park, live here in Southern California. I'm sorry, Southern Florida. Uh, jeez, it's built up like it is right there. But anyway, I'm Jimmy Rakes. I'm your stride by stride guide for our penultimate race day of the season here at Gulfstream. Just one more after this, of course, the Breeders' Cup coming up in 2 weeks. But here at is Hallandale. Is it Hallandale Beach or Hollywood, Chris?
Hollandale Beach, yep.
Okay, I had it right. Yeah, Hallandale Beach. Doesn't rain at the beach ever, especially today. And our dirt and synthetic track's riding fast, and the turf track is riding firm. And short schedule today, but let's send it over to Chris for a preview of today's action. Chris?
All right, yeah, thanks, Jimmy. Blazing start out of the gates today. All right, yeah, we're at, as Jimmy said, Gulfstream Park, which is in Hollandale Beach, which is between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So we're south of the swamp. You see all the palm trees. They've been racing here since 1939. They've also recently built this giant Pegasus statue that crushing a dragon, and it's the third tallest statue in the United States. It's huge. So that's where we
That's
are.
insane.
Yeah, they're hosting us. Well, there's another picture or two of this as we continue. All right, first we'll update the top breeders standings. Um, not a huge shakeup, um, but Andrew, who was already in first, doubled how much more than doubled his how much he had, and so he's got a huge lead on first place.
Oh,
Right now, it's looking like it'll be a navy blue ribbon, but a lot of 2-year-old races to go, especially on with big money on the last race day, the Breeders' Cup coming up. All right, so speaking of the top breeder award, something to watch today. The only owner-bred horses racing today are Tactical Days, racing for Mark, but bred by Brett's stable, and Savvy Play 2, who was also bred by Brett's stable and is still racing for Brett. So the only changes that we can see in the top breeder standings at all today will be Brett has a chance to climb. All right, a little bit of a recap from last time out. Generational Talent won to remain undefeated for Andrew's stable and extended the top breeder lead. And this sub bullet point is actually incorrect, but the huge majority of Andrew's, I think it was $117,500 won by horses that he bred. 100 and I think 14,000 of that is just from Generational Talent. It's off to a real hot start. And then Johnny Stable and Nate Stable both won 3 races on day 16. So Nate continues to grow his lead. He's been uh, really hot since the draft. Speaking of that, we looked at some of this last time, but uh, here's the top 3 in the standings and how it's changed since the draft. Uh, so back, well, there you go. Nate was in first at uh, just under 1.5 million. Alex was at just under 1.3 million, and Kalen was pretty close behind Alex. Uh, since then, and before day 16, this is what we looked at. Nate had steadily climbed. Kalen had made a little bit of an improvement, and Alex has mostly not raced since the draft, and so he's just been paying costs, and he's down in third now. Um, but yeah, Nate's lead on Kalen has grown. What was that before day 16? About 170 grand and almost 300 grand on Alex just since the draft. And then we had day 16 last time, and Nate had an awesome day. Alex again didn't race anyone. Kalen went down a little bit. So now Nate has a over $500,000 lead on second place Kalen and over 600,000 on Alex. um, Alex is also taking today off, so his line's going to go down to here, unless he makes some claims. We have one claims race today, in which case it would go even lower. Um, but these two are still second and third, but having a hard time keeping Nate within reach. That said, we have the Breeders' Cup meet up next, race day 18. There's 13 stakes races, uh, millions of dollars still available in prize money. Um, and I want to point out that the opportunity to win multiple races means there can still be big changes in the standings. Nate Stable looks to be pulling away, and I think it'll likely take winning the Breeders' Cup Classic and maybe another one to catch him, but it can happen. That is August 31st at 6 p.m. back at Lewis Downs. That'll be our last race day, and I'm pumped. Before that, we're still at Gulfstream Park. Nate's got some knowledge for us for today's race day.
Thank you, Chris. As the season winds down, most people are focused on the standings, like myself. However, there is a record in play. Zach has 23 wins this season, and the record is 25. I have some inside information that he is gunning for it. Zach has 11 horses in today's 8 races. Plus, I'm sure he'll have most of his stable going on Breeders' Cup Day. So he has a great chance at doing it. Best of luck to Zach these last 2 race days. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Nate. Yeah, Zach's got a huge schedule, and he's really turned it around since last year. Lots of wins. So that's a sibling rivalry to watch out for.
Oh,
How about
explosive.
that? All right, here's a look at the standings. Some things shuffled around a little bit. Andrew up here in the money. Alex passed Jimmy for fifth place, and then Nate's lead I've highlighted because it just continues to grow. He's on fire since the draft. All right, we got Charlie with us, I think. Charlie, you there?
I am here.
All right, thanks for joining us. Last year you filled in for Walt Stable about halfway through the season. This is your first full year, and you're responsible for every horse on your roster. How has this season felt different for you compared to last year?
I was a little hesitant last year to make major moves, especially buying horses and stuff during the draft for fear of changing Walt's stable too much from what, he left me to manage. Um, but now that I have my own, I can be a lot more daring, and then everything falls back on me, right? Mistakes are my fault.
Sure.
Um, but it's also been good to know that, I'll have this stable long term. So I can strategize on, near term results like finishing in the money or buying horses and planning for the future, with spending lots of money in the draft and breeding and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah. Um, that's true. And speaking of finding yourself in the money, perhaps, the last few weeks I've been interviewing the stables fighting to finish in the money. 2 race days ago, I interviewed sixth, seventh, and eighth place. Last race day, I interviewed fifth place. You're up in fourth. A lot can happen with all the big prizes on Breeders' Cup Day, but whether it's top four, top three, or something else, how has your first season gone relative to expectations?
I think it's a lot higher. Starting out the year, still kind of a newbie. I started out just hoping I'd finish in the top half of the stables. And then the draft came around and I didn't get the top grade horses that I was looking for in the draft. So then I figured, I would kind of save my money and try and finish up into the money. I'm only racing, one horse this week. So resting all my horses for the Breeders' Cup next week. So hopefully I can get some wins and move up a spot or two.
All right, for sure. Good luck, definitely on that and with your one horse today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. All right, let's see what do we have left. Oh, of course, Dark Horse Detective. Took a one race day hiatus, but it's back. Jimmy, what do you got?
That's right. Everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite.
I think we might need some fire and explosions with that too. I like that.
That was pretty cool, right? Oh, Jimmy, wrong button, I think.
Keep hitting that button. I hate that button. It's too easy to hit. All right. It's all good. We're here. All right.
All right.
Last race of the day is where your dark horse is going to be. As you can see, there's 3 D grade horses in the race: Pocket Aces, Saboteur 4032, and Fever Pitch. But they're all going to lose because Tactical Days,
I'm gonna lose.
as Chris mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Tactical Days for Mark, E grade. Um, loves the turf and loves the short distance as well. So looking for Tactical Days in just their second race ever to go for the win. So there you go. Tactical Days to win race number 8. Let's go.
All right, yeah, we'll see. Thanks, Jimmy. All right, one last look at the standings. Um, So yeah, a few things to watch. It's a smaller day, but of course, any Nate and Kalen's horses are certainly must watch. Um, and then you got the dark horse coming out of Mark's stable, and that dark horse is from Brett's stable, and who's the only one that can make any change in the breeder standings. But we'll see.
All right.
All right.
This looks like a Mario game. Look at that.
Yeah, it's huge.
I want to go see just that. I don't even,
All
that's insane.
right.
All right. With that, let's get it going here. We'll head out to the synthetic track for our first race of the day. As you can see, just 7 horses in here. Zach's got a horse, though, trying to break Nate's record for season victories.
Well, that's right.
And a couple other in here. Any other notes you got, guys, on this first race of the day?
Yeah, I'm looking at Sensei. Got back-to-back wins, one on the turf, one on the dirt, and now this one's on synthetic. So let's see if Sensei can get a win on all 3 surfaces in a row.
Yeah, all right. And then that's the only K grade horse in a field of otherwise J grade horses. And I mentioned I'm watching Zach's run for 25 wins now too. So that's what goes without saying.
All right. Even though you said it. That's right.
Even though I said it. All right.
All right. Last horses in the gate for race number 1, and they're off. Pogacha out early, followed by Russian Sympathizer. Sensei now up in the lead. Got Tula Whiskey, Rumble Road. Goes without saying in Windy City, rounding out the field, but Sensei and Russian Sympathizer setting the pace early here. Tula Whiskey now up there. Unknown horses at all top 3 right now. Goes without saying now, coming up into second, but Sensei half-length lead over the field. Tula Whiskey now up into second. Pogacha, Russian Sympathizer all making a run towards Sensei, and it's getting close. Russian Sympathizer now in the league. Sensei takes it right back, and down the stretch they come. Rumble Road making it close. Everybody making it close right now. Sensei trying to hold off the field. Rumble Road takes the lead and finishes strong. Rumble Road getting the win for Johnny. Tula Whiskey in second, followed by Russian Sympathizer. Pogacha, Windy City goes without saying, and Sensei ends up as the trailer. But Rumble Road winning it for Johnny.
Yeah, congrats, Johnny. How about Sensei led almost the entire race and then finished in last?
Yeah, it was a big fall up there at the very end.
Yeah, not good.
No.
Huge. Jeez. So it just stopped. Stops
all right.
racing. No.
Zach will have to keep racing.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Let's go to race number 2. Zach's got Goose Knuckle in this one. One of the funnier names to say. This one on the dirt, short one, just 6.5 furlongs, and only 7 horses as well, 3 owned. And any notes there? We've got all I grade horses, so should be a close one.
Yeah, Goose Knuckle did win their last race, so they're trying to stay undefeated for their career. So maybe Zach can get one here.
All right, let's see.
All right. All right, let's head out to the dirt. And they're off. Mix a Natural, Doomsday Beacon jumping out of the gate, followed by Stampedo, Bite Size, Down Under Wonder, Goose Knuckle, and Hansel 3000, the trailer right now. But Doomsday Beacon setting the pace. Mix a Natural right there. Stampedo and Goose Knuckle making it a 4-horse race as we get to halfway point. Doomsday Beacon holding everybody off right now, though. Down Under Wonder now up into second. But all the horses except maybe Bite Size making a run too. So we got a close one as they come around the turn. Doomsday Beacon barely holding everybody off. It's very close, though. Stampedo's right there. Goose Knuckle is there. Hansel 3000. Somehow Doomsday Beacon keeping the lead. Very close. It's going to be close at the end. They might give it up late, and they almost did, but didn't. Down Under Wonder ends up with the win. Doomsday Beacon down in 5th. Goose Knuckle for Zach in 2nd. Stampedo in 3rd. And then it's Hansel 3000. As you said, Doomsday Beacon, Mix a Natural, and Bite Size rounding out the field. That was a close one. It looked like Doomsday Beacon might pull it out, but right at the end there, gave up the lead. Down Under Wonder with the win.
How awesome was that? They were about
That's
5
insane.
wide at the end. You know?
That's ridiculous.
And then
Went from 5th to 1st, right? Boom.
yeah.
There it was.
I mean, it was almost a 5-way tie.
Jeez.
That's how it sorts
Crazy.
out,
That's
though.
what you get. You get all eyes. You're gonna get all eyes on the close
Yeah.
race here.
All eye, all eyes on the finish line there. So congrats to Down Under Wonder.
Zach Close got second, but that is not a win. So
Man, heartbreaker.
still searching. All right, race number 3, remaining on the dirt, out to 9 furlongs for this one, and got some youngins, just 2 and 3 year olds here, just 6 horses, and all age. So probably gonna have another close one. We'll see. Any horses you guys are watching?
Yeah, I'm looking up Superfluous Pizzazz. I was the only horse here with any wins. Has 2 of them this year, so would be a big win for Kalen for the standings for Superfluous Pizzazz.
yeah, and it's fun to watch Zach. He's got one in this too. But Kalen's Nate and Kalen have horses in this one, and that's big for the top of the standings. And Kalen actually's got 2 bites at the apple with not just Superfluous Pizzazz, but Silk Vanilla Creamer also. She's got a third of the field. Maybe she can make a dent here.
For sure. As you said, just 6 horses. Everybody's getting some money from the purse. Let's see how they divvy it up. And they're off. Superfluous Pizzazz out early. What have you right there as well. Remaining Caboodle not far behind there with Silk Vanilla Creamer. Now trying to get up there. But it's a close one. Superfluous Pizzazz with a bit of a lead. Swanson catching them now. Remaining Caboodle there as well. What have you now up into that top group with Swanson back and forth. What have you now taking the lead past the halfway point for Zach. Swanson right on their tail. Superfluous Pizzazz as well. And the rest of the field trying to catch up. Swanson now taking the lead and pulling away. What have you trying to keep pace and is. Remaining Caboodle now making a run. Yankee Clipper as well, but Swanson's holding off. Nope. What have you taking the lead? Yankee Clipper, Superfluous Pizzazz making a run. It's going to be close at the end. It's going to be What Have You winning it for Zach. Getting closer to that record. Superfluous Pizzazz in second, followed by Swanson, Silk Vanilla Crema, Remaining Caboodle, and Yankee Clipper. What have you getting in the victory there for Zach?
Yeah, hey, congrats, Zach.
It's 24. It's 1 away from tying.
1 away. All right.
All right, still even plenty of racing left today.
Absolutely. All right, let's head on to race number 4. As we said, we just got 8 races, so this will be a halfway point, and just 6 horses remaining on the dirt. And going a little older, 4 to 7 year olds. And as you can see, just 2 owned horses. 3. Zach's Coach Cleaver, Nate's Buttons and Zips and that, and Johnny's Construction Law. What else? Anything else you got, guys?
I know I'm just looking for a big win for Buttons and Zips. It would be back-to-back since she won her last race on race day 14.
Ooh, all right. What sticks out to me is that a lot of these horses have a lot of top 3 success. Buttons and Zips in that was 6. Construction Law 4, Step Down 5, Ronnie and the Law 5. H grade horses,
Indeed.
but maybe the best of that group, maybe.
For sure. All right. Let's see how it goes. Out to the dirt. Last horse in the gate, and they're off. Nuclear Spritz, Ronnie and the Law setting the pace early, followed by Step Down, Coach Cleaver, Buttons and Zips and that, and Construction Law, the trailer. Ronnie and the Law, though, half-length lead over the field. Coach Cleaver now up in a second. And we've got a second-place group there trying to catch Ronnie and the Law, but Ronnie and the Law all by themselves past the halfway point. Half-length lead over that group. Nuclear Spritz now making his way up there. Buttons and Zips and that trying to keep pace as well, but Ronnie and the Law stepping up, leading the field as they're down the stretch. Nuclear Spritz sprinting past Ronnie and the Law and getting the victory after Ronnie and the Law led most of the race. They end up in second. Buttons and Zips in that trying to get third here and does. And then it's Step Down at fourth, then Coach Cleaver and Construction Law. So 2 unknown horses going 1-2, Nuclear Spritz and Ronnie and the Law.
Yes, congrats to them. And they both had big races. I mean, the margins it wasn't close,
Indeed.
you know?
All right. Zach
All right.
still waiting for that tying win. 3 more races to go. And it looks like Nate's got 2 of them in this one. Staying on the dirt, a little shorter, 8 furlongs. And all the G's. Got a bunch
All
of
the
OGs here. Uh,
Jeez.
10 G's. Jeez. All right, what notes you got, guys?
Nothing other than these two of my horses have been my two best pretty much all year. So hopefully they can come up big for me here. Factoid for Zach is back-to-back second place finishes, so maybe he can get a step up here,
Yeah, three of the
or she
horses
can.
here have over $100,000 in career prize money, and that's led by Nate's That's in Order and Play Make Believe, and they're bookending the posts here under the 1 in 10 gate.
All right. Let's get him in the gate here.
How about this? Yeah, Charlie said he's got one horse racing today. Here it is, Moral Hazard.
All right. And they're off. Sam Clemens with just one race under their belt, out to the early lead nowadays, $5 footlong, not far behind Prospectus there as well, but Sam Clemens setting the pace. $5 footlong now passing Sam Clemens and taking the lead as they get to the halfway point nowadays. And Sam Clemens back in that top group, Prospectus, that's in order, trying to make their way up there. But Sam Clemens back in the lead, pulling away right now. Prospectus and nowadays trying to keep pace, $5 footlong as well. That's in order, making a run as well, and is up into that top group with Sam Clemens. It's close as we come down the stretch. Sam Clemens trying to build a lead. That's in order, sprinting past Sam Clemens. That's in order, sprinting toward the finish, and a full half-length lead over the field. Gets the win for Nate. Sam Clemens ends up in second for Andrew, nowadays in third for Brett, and then it's Clip Clop, Moral Hazard, Play Make Believe, Prospectus, $5 footlong, Imposter Syndrome, and Factoid. But our leader, Nate, with a win, another win.
Yeah, congrats, Nate.
I didn't
First
mean
place.
to say it like
Yeah,
that.
that's big. That's big.
Yeah, no, it is big. And sixth place for another little drop in the bucket. And there was some hope there for Kalen and $5 footlong, who climbed into second there, but then ran out of gas at the end.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
All right, congrats, Nate. 3 races left today.
All righty. We go. Our I think our only claiming race of the day here. $20,000 on the turf. Nate's got Spoinkinator, Zach's got Dignified, and the rest are unowned. Obviously we're looking at those two, but your 2G grade, probably your favorites, right? Sincere's Form and Spoinkinator.
I think
Yeah, I'm
so.
looking at Sincere's form. 3 second place finishes to start the year, has kind of struggled since, but seeing if they can go up there, and vibing with a show with Ty Louse and the Wet Bandit with 5 for the most shows in HRL.
Nice.
All right, and another thing is that if Nate's horse gets claimed, that's another 20 grand for him. If it happens, he put, maybe a tempting horse in there, a G grade horse for 20 grand. We'll see.
All righty, out to the turf. Race number 6, and they're off. Spoinkinator and Conspire out front early. Dignified now up into second. Spoinkinator in third, followed by Zamboni Pro, Sincere's Form, etc. Glass Slipper Fit and Vibing. Zamboni Pro now taking the lead from Spoinkinator. And we've got a 2-horse group there in the front as we pass the halfway point. Vibing, Glass Slipper Fit, growing that group to 4 or 5. Glass Slipper Fit now taking the lead, pulling away a bit, half-length lead over the rest of the field as they come around the turn. Spoinkinator into second, now it's overtaken, taking the lead. It's close, though. We've got a 3 to 4 horse race. Sincere's Form has the lead. Spoinkinator was right there. Photo finish, and Sincere's Form edging out Nate's Spoinkinator there for the win. Zamboni Pro in third, followed by Vibing, Glass Slipper Fit, Conspired, etc. And Dignified ends up as the trailer, but again, Sincere's Form with the win, just edging Spoinkinator by a nose.
Yeah, congrats to Sincere's Form. Playing spoiler. Those 2 horses just about tied, but it goes to Sincere's Form. Not bad for Nate in second.
Just missed. We'll
Yeah,
take
in
it.
the money either way.
That's right. And Jimmy, we had claims.
Oh, here we go. Did Nate get some more money?
We'll start here. Sincere's Form was claimed by Stefan. And Spoinkinator was claimed by Stefan. So they'll both hit the
Oh.
Stefan stable.
All right.
And 20 grand will go to Nate. Kalen said
All
boo.
right. Yeah, but
All
all right,
right.
let's head on to our penultimate race of this penultimate race day of the
Woo!
season. Out on the synthetic track, 11 and a half furlongs. And got some good horses in this, some couple D grade with Enchantment and playing Costa Rica. And what else you got, guys? What are you looking at? Oh, House Money. Forgot about House Money. There's also D grade.
Wonder Bat won their last time out on race day 16 on the synthetic. So seeing if Wonder Bat can make it 2 in a row here.
Yeah, only winner in the whole group so
Nice.
far.
All right. Let's head out to our synthetic track here at Lewis Downs. And they're off. We've got Buzz, Moonbeam, House Money, Hot Sauce, Enchantment all in that front group. No clear leader here as we start. And we've got 5, 6, 7 horse group here at the top. House Money with a slight lead over Enchantment and Wonderbat right now past the halfway point. Wonderbat overtakes them, but it's neck and neck here as they come around the turn. House Money, Enchantment, Buzz, all right there. House Money trying to pull away there. Enchantment keeping pace, and it's a 2-horse race down the stretch. Moonbeam making a run, trying to make it 3, but it's Enchantment making a run late, passing House Money and winning it for Mark. House Money in second for Zach and playing Costa Rica in third for Johnny. Then it's Moonbeam, Buzz, Wonderbat, No Diggity, Hot Sauce, and Iambic Pentameter. But congrats to Mark getting the win for Enchantment.
Yeah, congrats, Mark. Good finish. It was looking, Zach had a pretty good lead.
Zach was about to tie the record.
Yeah, Enchantment had other things to say about that.
Great finish there for Enchantment. All right, we've got one more race to go today here at beautiful Lewis Downs. Final race, race number 8. It's a short 7.5 furlongs on the turf. Of course, I've got my dark horse here, Tactical Days, in gate number 8, looking for that win number 1, and but gonna have to compete with a couple E grades left. Should be a good one. What else you got, guys?
Pocket Ace is looking for a big race. No top sixes this year, but I think for Kalen, they can turn that around right now.
Yeah, and that'd be good for Kalen. This is the biggest paying race of the day. And then I mentioned it a couple times, but the only horses that can impact the top breeder standings are Tactical Days and Savvy Play 2. Brett's probably got his eyes on those. And hey, we've been watching all day. Zach's got, I guess, one win away from the record for most in a season. He's got 3 horses in this race.
Absolutely. All right. Without further ado.
No more ado.
No more ado. Out to the turf. Final race of the day. And they're off. Try again. That's how they get you. Pocket Aces, Saboteur 84032. Out early. We've got Zach's 1-2 right now with Saboteur 84032. Pocket Aces now up in the second. Tactical Days keeping pace along with Try again. Take Me to Your Leader. That's how they get you. Fever Pitch, 40 and Slip. And Savvy Play the trailer right now. But it's all about Saboteur 84032. Now getting passed by Tactical Days. Tactical Days right there in that front group. Saboteur 84032 there as well. Pocket Aces. Fevered Pitch trying to catch there down the stretch. Pocket Aces taking the lead and trying to pull away. Half-length lead over the field as they're down the stretch. But Saboteur 84032 makes a late run and gets the win for Zach. That ties the record. Pocket Aces ends up in second for Kalen. Fever Pitch in third for Zach as well. And then it's Tactical Days. Take Me to Your Leader. Try again. Savvy Play 2. That's how they get you. And Freudian Slip. But the big story, Zach with the win, ties the season record held by Nate last year.
Yeah, okay. Congrats, Zach.
Big win.
Now, yeah, we'll see if he can. He's got, like I said, a big stable, so he's probably got a lot of horses that can race next time out. We'll see if he can not just get this record, but maybe get up into the top 6, into the money.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. good quick day of racing, guys. We'll let Chris update our top breeder standings
All right.
along with our regular standings as well.
We want to thank, well, while I get to this, we want to thank Gulfstream Park for hosting.
Absolutely beautiful. Gulfstream. I think I might have said Gainesville once or twice.
Well, you're used to it. That's the home track.
But that's it. That's the yeah.
Did it
But,
update?
We
We should only see a small change for Brett because tactical days got fifth or something.
We know Andrew's in the lead. We definitely know that.
And if there was any changes, Brett went up a little. I'll make sure that it happened. Let's go to the main standings.
Okay.
6 o'clock in 2 weeks.
Yes, don't forget 6 o'clock. We'll get it going at Lewis Downs for the Breeders' Cup.
There we go. It's a little slower than it used to be with these
There we go.
jockey silks. There it is.
That's it.
All right.
Nice.
So
All right,
we got
Nate maintaining a huge lead over the field.
yeah.
And yeah, nobody switching yet. But hey, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all close. Definitely
Yeah.
coming up.
And then Zach there in 8th, and he's got the 25 wins he was going for. I guess he needs one more to surpass Nate. And I'll tell you who the horses are to watch next time out, because like I was saying, I think that you're gonna have to win the Breeders' Cup Classic and then some. Well, who's going to be in the Breeders' Cup Classic for Kalen? Of course, it's Luck of the Irish, who won. Well, it's the A-grade horses. That's the only horse, only race they're allowed to even be in. Who won the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont this year. And then for Alex, of course, the A-grade horse, big one to watch, is Checkmate. Their stablemates are also going to have to do some work, but those are the main horses to watch for me. And of course, our 7-year-olds next time out will be their last opportunity.
Yes, it will. We are looking forward to that for sure. All right. Go ahead and wrap it up here for Nate and Chris. This is Jimmy. We will see you in 2 weeks for the big Breeders' Cup Classic, our final race day. Thank you all for joining us and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. Good day, everybody.